Alright, one more video critique for this week. That's week 2. Alright, so we're looking at the work of Sandra Jones. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip back to her contact sheet. So, there is a lot going on here. Let's start up the top. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just kind of taking it. Yes, a lot going on. Keep zooming in here, sorry. So, start with looking at these. Yeah, you got some nice colors. Arkansas, love to be there right now. Where I live, it's snowy. There's not like these beautiful. There's not a lot of. There's mostly pine trees, so you don't get a lot of this lovely change of the season sort of colors. It's pretty much just everyone's yard turns brown and pine needles fall off the trees. I don't know. Sorry, I'm kind of getting a little off the topic here. Just chalk it up to jealousy, I suppose. So, yep, there's a lot going on. A lot of these feel like really kind of kinetic. Like there's a lot of lines, a lot of diagonal lines that are sort of they're going back and forth here, back and forth, and sort of they give all these images a real active feel, despite the fact that in most of them there's not really anything like actually moving. And again, just like very energetic images, which is something that I like quite a bit about these. I love like these big, bold colors and sort of a lot of the action, although I do think you need to watch out for some of your lighting here. It's a little, the exposure's a little low, they're a little bit dark. You want to watch out for color shifts. Make sure your white balance is where it needs to be. Again, like tons of bright colors. I'm really liking it, and a lot of these sort of there's like a lot of linear movement here. Your sort of eye tracks across these things, and at the same time it's kind of going up and down. So there's a ton of movement. There's a lot of fun sort of details, the skulls, the Eiffel Towers, the sort of pink tiger stripes, leopard, well, I guess maybe no leopard, but polka dots. There's a lot of fun stuff going on here. Books. As you who read the autobiography section may have seen, I'm a big book. I like reading. I'm a book guy. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't admit that. It kind of makes me sound like a nerd, but whatever. Yeah, I have this book from when I taught photojournalism, the photojournalism textbook. Yep. Yeah, and again, less so than the other ones, but you still got a lot of color here. And then again, some of these more dramatic sort of diagonal lines, but tend to, because your eye moves along them in a diagonal, sort of, I mean, if you want to picture a skier going down a mountain, assuming that there are both skiers and mountains where you live, I mean, everyone knows what skiers are. Yeah, the steeper the angle, the faster that your eye goes. Same thing, right? If you're like me, you're imagining little tiny men skiing down these books. I don't know. Kind of going off on tangents today. Sorry, everybody. Tangent day today. Yeah, overall, I think that this looks pretty nice. But again, you do need to watch some of your exposures. There's some low exposures here, there's some high exposures here. Yeah, so you just want to watch for that. You know, again, if the scene is not lit the way that you want it to, uh, consider bringing in some lighting. You know, I mean, simply having holding up a lamp over the scene would give some more light to it. Um, you know, a little bit longer exposure would give some light to it. Um, you know, I mean, you guys don't have to. This is not photojournalism class. You don't have to take any of these scenes as given. If you shoot this, you get back, you're loading it on your computer, and you're like, this looks dark. You know, one, I always like to shoot more images than I need because, you know, there's always going to be some duds. You know, I've been doing this for 15 years and I shoot duds. You know, not every image works exactly, but I feel like it's important to make those images, one, so that you can see them and you see that they don't work and then you don't keep making them. But also, you know, I mean, it's just part of the process. But you know, there's also, you don't have to show everyone every image that you shot. So I don't know. You know, that's something to think about. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go back to her. Her final 3 here. Okay. So, yeah, we got a lot going on here. A lot. Let me flip back up. I want to see where this lies in relationship to some of the other ones. Okay, so it's the first one on this top row. I don't know. The lighting is among the best here. Like, I feel like I like this one quite a bit because I love this color, but the lighting in it is really yellow. I mean, you can see, like, in this sort of band of highlight here, just how yellow that light is. So that could be, this looks more like window light. This looks like it was maybe closer to a lamp. I'm imagining like a lamp standing right here, like a smaller lamp, and it's just kind of, as you can see, it's really yellow there, less so down here. So like it feels like this is mixed lighting. Like there's more window light coming in here, and then maybe more lamp light coming here. So, yeah, that's tough. I don't know that there's another one that I would replace it with from this group. Let's flip back over here for, okay. 1, 2, and 3. Screen grab from Lightroom. Okay. I like what I like about it. I like the color. I like this. What's happening here? Sort of the gaze. This goes on here to the bear's gaze. It's a little bit buried, but then you have a full arrow that kind of comes up here. So there's some sort of interesting visual movement. This corner is a little dark. It's a little bit in shadow. I almost maybe think that you're getting like too much here. I feel like this is a little bit distracting. I would maybe chop this off right here, because again, this is something fairly light on the edge of your frame. It's going to tend to draw the viewer's eye up here, which is okay if there's something up here like to see. That's sort of helping with the image, but I just don't know. Like, I feel like my eyes it's kind of going here because it's lighter on a dark background, and as always, because we're human beings, if we see something that looks like a pair of eyes, we're trained to go in and look at that. Like, we're trying to see what this thing sees. So my eyes here, but then it's kind of getting a little distracted over here, which I think maybe, again, chop this right there, and you're losing some of the distracting elements, or maybe rather than chopping it, like as you're shooting it, you shoot this, and then you take this whole frame, this whole setup, and you move to the left. So like, this is the edge of the frame, this doll is looking into the frame, and then whatever is over here is maybe, I don't know, it's another element. Again, I'm just kind of spitballing here because honestly I don't know what's over here. Maybe something that we don't want is over here. And maybe the key is even just the same setup but tighter. Like chop this and like the image is like here. You know, I don't know. That's an idea. On this second image, it's doing one thing that I like a lot. I find it really interesting when you're shooting through something. Like, it's a very interesting framing device. Like you're shooting from this partially obscured view. It tends to make the viewer like want to reach out and pull that whole thing apart. So yeah, what this does in terms of how an image functions is it essentially like I'm sitting here and I'm like leaning forward, like you're sort of drawing the viewer in because they, like if they were standing in front of the scene, they would tend to want to get in here to get a clearer view. So there's a sort of an interesting thing that you can do, like if you watch people looking at your images, like watch how their body moves, that can always be really interesting. So I can like imagine this being, you know, displayed somewhere, and the person is literally getting closer and sort of cocking their head to the left like they're trying to look through and see what's in there. Yeah, that's always an interesting thing as an image maker to play with. This one is, I like the color. I like this sort of vertical element. It's just placed perfectly too, because if you think about composition in the rule of thirds, so you have like one line here, one line here, cutting across, cutting across. So that I think is working fairly well simply as a design element, as a formal element that's working. Colors are nice. Yeah. Oh, and you don't have that a fourth image. Can we maybe go back and see like what would I choose as a fourth image? And you guys can, you know, if you want to leave a comment and say what you would choose. I would probably choose, well, I think they're all from the top two. I would maybe choose one of these. I think these are a lot of fun. Maybe like, oh, this. I would choose this. It's sort of, I feel like it has, you know, if we're talking about like how well it fulfills the assignment, it has a lot of, it has some complementary colors, it has a lot of different colors, which tend to be hard to print. It's got these white dots on a pink background, which will tend to sometimes pick up a color cast. I think there's a lot in this image to recommend it. I would make that your image 4. But yeah, I mean, I didn't see really any of the book stuff in there. So I was going to choose a book one, maybe this. Yeah. I don't know. You know, again, throwing stuff out there, seeing what we like. Yeah, there's like, they're all from the first two. I'm curious why you went with, I mean, maybe just you felt like these were the 3 hardest to print. But I think, yeah, I feel like that is, I mean, you got some of that going on here. I'm sorry, I'm starting to babble. Alright, well, I feel like we've covered Sandra's work pretty well. And again, the word this week, the phrase that pays, let me know that you did it. Oh god, I can't believe this. So it's I saw it, the letter I, S-A-W, and then I-T is the third word. I mean, maybe I don't have to, I probably don't have to spell it out that much for you guys. I think you are all smart people. So, yeah, just leave that as a comment under this post on Sandra's, on the discussion board under Sandra's assignment, and then I will know that you viewed it. Alright, thank you very much, and I'll have some more videos for the second shooting assignment this week, posted in a day or two.